Okay, guys, it should be better now. I'm gonna repost the link and keep talking. Okay, live stream. Let's wait for a few people to connect. Um, So I'm gonna evaluate the market until someone enters and joins. See what's up. Yes, 37. The stream should be good right now. Okay, hi Harvin. Sorry about before. I don't know if you were connected. Do you hear me pretty good now? I adjusted a few things, connection, restart the router, move the quality to performance, and see how the stream goes. Okay, so I was discussing about BTC. My entry of for this short position was right here. I didn't catch right there. So the other opportunity to short BTC was on the retest of this this support line that I traced here. So the this little rising wedge here, a pennant, I would call it, broke, retest few times, trying to break above it, and then drop. So this was a very great opportunity to open a short. And I mean, BTC was very high, right? And we was very high at this point. Even if we look at all the indicators too, indicators were very high. Let's go check that. Let's open a clean chart on the 4-hour. Let's put some indicator, my normal indicator, but I try to see them all. Sometimes I have my templates, and I just click and it's done. So as you guys can see right now, what we can see, I mean, the cloud over BTC was pretty big, right? And this cloud, it's been kind of pushing the price down every time. It hit, not on the 4-hour chart, but on lower time frame more. But it was pretty big at this in this time frame of 4 hours. So he reached there. He didn't even attempt to break in, and it dropped right there. Look at all indicators. MACD, bearish cross. After doing a nice bullish run, RSI was already dumping here, and then we had our WT cross finally buying, sorry, a sell indicator there. Bollinger Bands, the trend was over it, and we also had some bearish divergences that are more precise on lower time frames. Maybe in the hour, even here on the RSI, we have one here. I would like this to be overbought too, but you know, that's one there, and it could have triggered this downtrend. We have a divergence on MACD histogram too, and also on WT cross. If we switch to 1 hour, we still have that divergence right there on the RSI. So I mean, wow, that, like, there were a lot of indicators to tell us that BTC could have dropped there. What else? Let me check my stream. Okay, it's pretty good. What else? What else? What else? Well, the Fibonacci levels, right? Fibonacci levels. It's something that I look at every time, and I like the study of the Fibonacci. And Fibonacci was hitting many levels that were telling us that it could have touched there and drop. One second. And let me remove Bollinger Bands for now and Ikimoku. So tracing few Fibonacci retracement from the beginning of the downtrend, which is about here. This one doesn't tell me too much. Just it broke 23% and dropped, so I trace more, and I try to find some confluences. This one doesn't tell me too much from this high here. From this high here, I have a 38%. Let's go more. Switch to Ikinashi. See some spikes here. So on the last drop, tracing a Fibonacci for this downtrend, we have the 70-70 that I posted in the main channel. That was something that I was curious to see if you would have break that. And then on the other hand, let's see. And we have this resistance that was a bullish candle. This bullish candle, many people shorted there. And probably this candle here in the 4-hour chart, it's a pretty big one, but as an order block that we could pay attention in order to see the drop. And this order block has been testing here, and it dropped, and here many times. Look how many times this order block has been testing, right? Here, there, there, and finally here, and then we had a drop. So it was a pretty strong resistance at that level. Okay. Resistance that matches up with a 38% and 61% Fibonacci retracement of the main one that I traced, and I can even trace more. I mean, this is 100% Fibonacci, of course, doesn't really tell me too much. Then we have you know, I completed the double bottom. So I mean, guys, that's the main reason why I didn't really want to, you know, jump the gun. I use in English, jump the gun, and just enter the altcoin market and think that this things was over, because it's not over. And we'll see what we can see from now, from this level right now. So this was the double bottom that was completed, and then we have the drop. Then he tried to break again, and then the final drop. Now let's check levels here, see what we can what we can notice on this chart right now, and see what might happen here. So so let me see, because there are many things to check in this chart. The main idea that I'm looking at, it's a possible ABC correction. ABC correction that might come because there are kind of three waves here that pretty much everyone noticed, the three crazy dump of BTC right there, or it might finish right here. It just depends how you count the waves inside every single waves, the subwaves, which are not really precise. If we count those ones as a final three waves, 1, 2, and 3, where the 5 didn't complete it and created this double bottom, that's something that might happen usually in Elliott waves. So if you consider that the ABC, is it completed or not? That's the question that I'm asking myself. And maybe it's not completed yet. And this ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, most of the time, let's go a little bit lower. The waves here are kind of tricky, but sometimes what I see, it's a bullish Elliott, a bearish correction, and another bullish Elliott in the ABC. So what I mean by that, something that might look like this. An ABC and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one would be the main ABC, right? A, B, and C. Of course, this is an overall idea. It's not gonna happen perfectly like that, or the timing of the correction, but that's the idea. So this could be the beginning of another drop, just a correction to pull in many players in, and then keeping the downtrend. Okay, so that's one scenario that I'm looking at, and I don't think the downtrend is over. I would like to go see the shorts on BTC now and see what's happening there, because you guys know that I've been looking at those shorts increasing. Actually, we can pull the chart directly here and see how they're acting. Oh, it doesn't work on BitMEX. Let me load another chart. Okay, this is Bitfinex. Let me check before the shorts before I go in other. So shorts are holding at this level pretty much, are not increasing, eh? But you guys might remember this chart that I traced when we were around here, and I was hoping that those shorts were going higher to make then a short squeeze at the top. Right now they're bouncing right here, so people don't really know what to do. They're opening shorts, closing, opening, closing. Like there's real big confusion in the market. See the longs, and then we check that at the same time. The longs too are kind of like fluctuating. We had a big long squeeze here. The longs very high, and then they went down, and this was probably on the BTC spike that happened. This was November 20. Around here probably. This little spike. Nothing crazy anyways. um let's check both. Let's check both at the same time. Let's check the 3D chart, log scale, and let's put this indicator in ABFXLS indicator that tells me the longs and the short positions. Oh, shorts are going down a bit now, but long are picking up. Look at the longer keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, which is lots of liquidity either to go short. But it depends which one will have a more success, a long squeeze or a short squeeze. Well, the shorts are so high right now, followed by longs that are pretty strong. So what I think is gonna happen, if those long keep going higher, if I was a whale, I will probably pull out a short squeeze, not a long, because then the market might recover and might trigger the bull run, and everybody would just join the market and start buying, right? Because that's shorts being this high, that's a lot of liquidity to have a nice push and to buy tons of BTC at one shot, right? And the fear, the panic that has been creating for the past 2 weeks, that's great for those whales. So that's why I think they're doing it, right? And then we are we're dipping into this order block of September that can be a good support. Of course, if we drop below this level, I'm pretty sure we're gonna drop to 3K in like minutes, and that's another scenario. That's another scenario right here, and in this case, I will be looking at this level right here. This is the bearish scenario. That's the most support that we got there, right? So again, this doesn't mean we're bullish, guys. I mean that the market turns just because BTC react a little bit. As you guys can see in the 3-day chart, this candle closed as a bearish harami. Harami, I don't even know how to say in English. If you would have closed as a bullish engulfing, yeah, that could have been a very, very good indicator for me, but it didn't. It closed, as explained in the main channel, below these red candles is probably a bearish harami, and it's dropping right now. I like to I like those wicks, the tweezers. This could have been the only bullish idea that this chart could give me. So we have to really see how the smaller time frames are going to develop from now, and see how this candle is gonna close. Because this pair of tweezers, that could be interesting to kick a bullish run from here. But again, we cannot really trust just a single candle. We have to see many other things. On the weekly, actually, these candles is interesting too. Very indecisive candle. Market doesn't know what to do at this point if it closes as this doji, but you know, a doji closing in the downtrend might trigger also a reversal. As it happened here, you know, long weeks reaction of the market, and then the bull run, and either is double spin top up, and here could trigger the same situation, right? And it's, you know, it's dipping into this order block. So these high time frames are probably the time frame that institutional money is looking for. So this could be great, but again, they can let the price drop even to 9 and even lower if they want. And then we have to see the manipulation of Bitcoin Cash, what they're up to, right? So very interesting to see that. The market is a fucking mess. So we can just predict up to certain point. We just have to see while it moves what we can do. Shorts here just, you know, straight up on the weekly. So this is the interesting thing that I noticed on the 3-day chart when I was analyzing the short and longs. Every time they are on a 50-50 ratio, something happens here. Here they intersect each other, they were very high, and a short squeeze up, and the shorts dumped like hell, and there was a nice 50% pump on BTC. Right there. Then they went in opposite direction, nothing crazy there, right? Then here the shorts increase a lot, and at this level they intersect again, long and short. But you know, when they're, you know, going in opposite direction, they cannot really pull anything that can damage the market too much. So BTC increased by 23% there. Nothing crazy. Again here, drop up like crazy. They didn't intersect here. Here almost intersect, and right here they intersect again. And this was just before the crash. That's something that, you know, I noticed, you know, might be interesting here. They intersect again, and the crash happened right on it. Okay. You know, those are things that I discovered, and they might be important. I don't think they're just coincidences. So I'm gonna be looking for the short and long to cross again to predict maybe another big move in the market. And we'll see if the trend will be down here or will be already up when this happens. Another thing that I did, I re-add this indicator, BFX, I have in my favorite. And what I did, I edited this indicator. Instead of putting line, I put a cross for the longs, and I put a circle for the shorts, just to have some precise points. And as you can see, look at here, look at the cross and the circle, how close they are. They almost overlapped, and that caused this spike in price on BTC, right? Then if you evaluate the market, this is the only time where longs and short were going up at the same time, right? And they intersect, okay? Then here we have the cross, but you know, the longs were dumping, so there was not really a good chance to make a long squeeze, a long squeeze, because the short were increasing. Let's go check over. Then you guys can see here, this is funny. This was funny for me. I don't know if it's coincidence. Look how precisely the cross and the circle overlap each other, and boom, the main crash happened right on that cross. I mean, I don't know if it's a coincidence. I don't think so. Fuck, how precise that can be. So again, I'm looking at those two lines to overlap again and maybe predict some kind of a move. Okay. How is the stream going, guys? You guys see any buffering right now? Type in the chat on YouTube, please, so I know. Okay, thank you, Giancarlo. Giancarlo, I have a kids I coach soccer, and for the longest time I thought, you know, they in America they say Giancarlo, and I thought it was John Carlo, because you know that's how they say. But then I figured out it was Giancarlo, and they would make fun of me that I say Giancarlo. that's how you say. Anyways, back to BTC. So yeah, I find it funny, not funny, I find it interesting of the fact that BTC was going up here, and you know, it did a pretty good spike right there. Like it did the what, 20%? Did 20%, and the shorts barely drop. So this tells me that market concern is still high. So people are really thinking about leaving their short position there, because they might think another drop is coming, and BTC dropped after that. The longs though keeps going up, because you know there is still people that are they open positions, and they probably put stop loss very low, and they're keeping the long position there because they are feeling that the market might turn soon. So that's why those long positions are not dropping. So for that reason, this is sentimental analysis, guys. You know, it doesn't have to do too much with TA, because you know when you really analyze shorts and long, you know, even though I did this Elliott wave pattern on it, but you know, it's more about the position, how many positions are open. So it's more the sentimental analysis that we're doing here. So I'm expecting those long to keep going up, and the shorts maybe to reach them, and at this level we'll see what's gonna happen. Hopefully a short squeeze will happen and the BTC will start to go up from there. So that's my view. Okay. Um, what else? What else I would like to see on this chart? Hmm, there was something interesting I wanted to say. Um, oh, the indicators. Well, that let's keep an eye on this RSI on the weekly, right? Because it touched the bottom of the oversold area. It's almost there. Didn't quite got oversold. It's getting flat, so that this could be another great indicator. It's very low. MACD actually is going even lower, and that's good to see because at this level was higher than the all-time low. So now it's actually even lower than all-time low. So that's even better. I know it could have give us a bullish divergence, but you know what? It's very low right now, and this is when we bought when it was a 6K. Now it's going lower, and then that's good for me. Hopefully, we start to see some bullish indicator here started to curve. Of course, this is the weekly chart, and it's a lagging indicator, MACD, so it's not gonna uh, give us a very quick indicator of a pump coming. So we have to see later on the 3-day. They even also like not kind of still wide, still very wide. And the daily is looking really great. Had a real spike here, and then of course we have to see MACD. MACD gives you an average of what's going on, so you cannot really base your study on it. This indicator can totally reach here and then boop, go different direction and dump more. This is reflecting pretty much what BTC is doing right now. It had spike up, MACD, RSI on the daily almost reached 30, and it's curving down again. Now let's go check some support and resistance levels. We say there was here this support, this resistance on the daily, and of course got rejected there 1, 2, 3 times, and BTC dropped from there, making a doji here, double spin top, however you want to call it, on the top of the correction, and we're dropping from there. Here you guys can see very easy the 3 downtrend. If I put Ekinashi, doesn't help. On the 12 hours maybe helps a little bit more. Remove WT cross. I can see the down, the 3 waves and the correction way better. You guys can see at this stage the candle, like Kinashi candle, closed below 23, and there was a big resistance, and it's dropping right now. Let's put WVR on it. I just want to see the pressure, the volume there. So the volume bounce right here where there is no volume. So we have some support at this level. right inside here. Yeah, I guess I can even cancel this. I have that indicator already there. Right here we have not much volume, and that's probably why it reached here and jumped back up. But we have to see how strong, how weak the trend is if we want to bounce back from there. What Fibonacci it's on right now? Let's see. 61, kind of like broke down. So indicator on the 4-hour thing were very high. Yes. So MACD is at bullish cross, indicating, you know, the continuation of the bearish trend here. Confirming the downtrend, I would say. A sell signal here on WT cross. RSI is actually kind of turning up. Let's check with candlestick pattern. Remember, indicator change when we change candlestick too. Well, 4 hours is very tricky, very tricky. Because we have some support here, but just drop like crazy. It didn't even hold this level here. The neckline of the double bottom didn't hold at all, so it dropped. Now you might retest that broken support and go down even more. Let's go find some order block in the lower time frame. Yeah, so as you guys can see, this support didn't really hold. Let's make it black there. This support didn't hold. It's been as retest 1, 2, and it might probably drop. Let's see. 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are kind of bullish right now, but you know, Bollinger Bands, we know they can give a false breakout. So, like false signals. What I mean by that, I mean you guys can see the Bollinger Band here. This cloud, this green cloud that it's in the chart. Right here it was over the trend, so you might think, oh, you know what, I'm gonna sell here, I'm gonna go short, and then it keeps being above the bands, right? So it's not sometimes a great indicator by itself. It doesn't count anything. Let's check indicators here. Yeah, neutral, I would say. MACD can keep dropping, even though WT cross is about to cross, but it's in the middle. Doesn't really help me to make any prediction at the moment. The coin is accumulating right now, sideways accumulation at this level, and yeah, another drop might come. Let's go check even closer. I'm just gonna remove WT cross so it doesn't color my stuff. Let me remove this order block here. My Fibonacci right there. Okay, 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 okay. 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 hour. We have some support here. And we have some support here. Right there. Well, of course, this is the whole time low of the correction, so that's gonna be some support there for sure. At this level, that's where the coin bounce many times. There's many stop loss here that got trigged, I guess, and gave BTC this as some spike. Look how many times it got rejected, right? With massive massive increase there. So I'm counting this area as a pretty good demand zone. The cloud broke down, didn't do nothing here. Even though I'm 1 hour, I'm not a big fan of 1 hour Ikimoku. I check in higher time frame, but I'm not saying that you cannot use Ikimoku in the 1 hour. So guys, I think we're gonna bounce back down just from the look of this analysis right here. So we have to see how this candle close, and by the candle we might predict a new dump here. Wait a little bit here and go down there. And we'll see what happens from there. There is lots of demand here, but not as much as 3K to 2.9. So like right here, you guys see how low is the volume, right? So in this situation and at this area right here, we can either bounce off because there is not too much volume. I mean, not that high. We bounce and we stop here where there is lots of volume. Many transactions have happened there, so we might just wick right there and just stop here and then decide. Or I mean, this low volume zone can just cross below that, and the coin will then drop quite a lot. Of course, that's not the support we really want to break, right? Right here, because many people probably put stop loss above those level, below those level, right? And that's a good liquidity pool for people that want to go long. So if you are one of the guy that put stop loss just below this low, if the price catch you here, they might hit your stop loss and pump from there. So anyways, this is a scenario, but if we don't do that, of course, we have to look at the big chart and see where the volume is, and probably is around 2.9. Remember, this VP VR indicator tells you how many transactions happened in the trend, right? In this defined trend. So right now, this is the visible trend. So it's telling me the volume that happened, not the volume that it's right now. Okay, so how many transactions happen in this defined range. So of course I'm not gonna have any volume here because I don't see any range right now, but if I put the chart and I show this part of the trend, as you can see automatically, I know how many times, how many transactions happen in a history of the trend right now. So here I have a big space right there, so not too much volume was transacted there, and that's what you see from the spike too here, right? The price crashed, boom, very quick, and spike very quick because not too many people transacted that level, so that's why we see these fast moves. And if we break below those levels, I'm really expecting the price to be very volatile. Maybe just go fast down, hitting where lots of volume was transacted at this level, and then spike back up. It can even go back to 370 in a matter of days, as it happened here. This is a daily chart. Look what happened here. In 2 days, BTC BTC did what? It crashed 28%, and then it went back up 28, and then in like 1 2 3 4 days it did 40%, and that's was probably the short squeeze that happened. It was a massive crash, and then people just opened shorts like crazy, and coin went back up. Many people get wrecked, and the bull run started from there. Those were the main crashes that happened in 2018, 2017. This happened all over the place, right? You guys can see those crashes too. Very crazy crash where everything thinks, oh, this shit is over, and then boom, the coin from that crash went up under 70% in a matter of 2-3 months. So that's what I'm looking at here. Until I don't see these major spikes, I'm not gonna think this thing is over. We had a little chance here, but it stopped. Stopped. So what I'm looking for, those massive candles and volatility and pump and dumps, I'm really waiting for those levels to get hit. And shorts are still increasing, so the scenario is really still crazy right now. So those are my ideas. You might want to agree or not, but this is what I think might happen. Okay. 30 minutes. So you see, it's been rejected there. We might look for a pattern too, that it's kind of a bearish pattern. We can even go close and see if we can see something, but not telling me too much of just a sideways accumulation at this level. There is a little bearish flag, I would say. If I connect those highs there and go down, well, it's more sideways, I gotta say. I'm just being very precise, but it's more a sideways accumulation. So let's check this channel and see how that goes. I'm pretty sure you might arrive here before to make a move and then drop more or go for another another So this was what I'm talking about when I suggest to look at the candles sometimes and see what the candles are telling you. In this case, we see this bullish candle trying to reach the order block and get rejected, and then we have a second candle follow that closed smaller than first candle, right? And that's a bearish Harami. So no, sorry, I'm confused right now. No, that's not a bearish Harami. Bearish Harami, the green candle has to be smaller than the red one. Sorry, my mistakes. But look at for those pairs and see what they tell you, right? There was two rejection here of two candles that got rejected. The wicks got rejected. They just dropping from there. Probably tweezers. Those two candles right there. Yeah, I don't know why I said very Sharami. I want to see if I can find some other example. What can I see here? Yeah, I mean, on the 15, just 2 weeks they got rejected. I would call those tweezer top, those two candles here. There. Even though, you know, I don't like the wicks on the bottom. If you have two rejection without the wick at the bottom, we would have a better tweezer top at that level. But two rejection, it's fine. Let's go check 30 minutes. One hour still needs to close. Still needs to close. Huh. Those bullish engulfings at the bottom here, they're pretty interesting, right? We have a dump, then a super recover, mixing bullish engulfing, and the price goes up. Then it drops, makes another bullish engulfing, and that pushes the price up again. The candle got rejected, and I think it's gonna go down from here, and then we'll see if it gets hit again, support, and is strong enough to bounce another time as it did here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm singing sometimes, and you gotta see when I chart on my own. Anyways, that's it for BTC. We charted a lot already. I talked too much. The market. Let's give some input about the market. Well, as I said before, all the coins that pump 50% are the top dumper today. You can see MTL, ARN, What else? MDA, Go. All the coins are pumped yesterday. They're dumping. Can be just a correction. We don't know. Can be just a correction. For example, MTL went up pretty good. Let's see where is recovering right now on our famous 70-70. Yeah, that's a nice one. So if you want to take a risk on MTL, nice close stop loss, really close to 70. If you get hit, you get hit. That's it. Just below 70-70. That's you know, a short trade, guys. You gotta put your stop loss tight. There's nothing you can do there. And you know, if it reaches 50%, that's almost 2 times R. If it reaches 38, right here, which is right here, it's a 2.5 risk reward. Okay. Indicators on this 4 hour. If I switch to 1 hour, 2 hour, we can check the candles. Oh, look at 1 hour. 1 hour is ready to go on. You know, checking the indicators. Every indicator, it's perfect at this point. MACD about to cross. RSI touched the lowest point. Didn't get oversold, and WT crossing again. So this trade can go up again if BTC doesn't leave us. So this could be something to look for. We can trace some lines. We have probably a nice falling wedge here. So you can buy on the break since it's a very short scalp trade, or check the candles. Of course, this would have been the best entry possible after seeing a confirmation in 1 hour candle, but you know, we missed that. So this can be a good trade, guys. Metal for now. But let's see, but I didn't look at it for a while, so I'm gonna look at just at the overall chart just to have an idea what's doing. And you know, as every single coin in cryptocurrency, all single coins are crossing pretty much on MACD. MACD is turning bullish. RSI here was not that low. Usually some coins are very low, and even WT cross is not that low. Let's see what our main Fibonacci tells us. The wick is a little bit too high. If we consider the wick, we have a bounce on 61, but I usually drop to the second wick because those first one don't count for me. On sometimes I just adjust my Fibonacci to see where the bounces are better. Anyways, whatever. Let's keep this for now. Cento Ekinashi to see some better waves. Those waves are really terrible. So I don't see any like perfect three-wave pattern. This was probably a great entry on the 70-70 again. As you guys can see, almost touched 70-70 right there, out the Bollinger Bands. This was probably a great entry based on 1 day though. Then you guys gotta go back and see what what was happening there. And right here we got, you know, MACD that was turning bullish cross, um, almost oversold, and a bullish buy from oh, I missed one right here, and a bullish buy but from a WT cross right there. What he's doing, I mean, it's going sideways pretty much. It's a 4-hour chart. Oh. Waves, waves. Give me some waves. Hmm. Sorry, I was looking at the stream quality. Those waves are not the best one, that's for sure. See a first wave, then sideways, another pump. Cannot really see any Elliott in this pattern, so sometimes I just go to the big chart to have a better idea, but it's not telling me too much. Oh, what am I doing? Well, it's on the 161% right now, Fibonacci. Trying to break that. You broke already some resistances here. It's full of spike. That's the main thing that I don't like about this trend. Okay, it's getting shape a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Well, this could be a triple bottom on the 61. I really have to go check the volume on the triple bottom because I don't remember the volume profile on the triple bottom because it's not a pattern that I trace every day. But you guys can see um, shoulder, where is it? Here. 1, 2, 3. and back here probably. Triple bottom pattern, and we have a nice neckline, and the neckline is this one that it's trying to break. This is on Ekinashi, but on candlestick is probably already trying to break, and we have some resistance here. This order block then might reject the candle, so so you just have to see who ask the question. Rakatak. You just have to see in the lower time frame how this candle closes. So if you could look at 8 hours, look at the rejection that the candle had, right? That's a big rejection in that order block, so no good. So you keep checking if this order block is gonna give you some bullish indicator. Right now, nothing. So you have to see if this resistance breaks up, okay, in order to re-enter. But maybe it could do something like if it's bullish. If it's bullish, it might break, retest, and go back up. And in that case, it might do that by doing some Elliott waves. You can see here. I can put Ekinashi on the 8 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and can do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Okay. This will be the major, probably the major, something like that, and an ABC, and then a bigger one, something like that. Okay, if it's bullish. So this is BAT. And then looking at the indicators, well, the indicators are kind of so and so. Probably just the daily, it's good. Just the daily shows some bullishness. The Bollinger Bands, I mean, here are breaking up, so this is kind of late. This would have been the best entry for BAT, but here you're kind of buying already after a spike, so you have to really pay attention that you have some bullish candle that close above the resistance, otherwise that's not good. The Kimoku cloud here is kind of holding, as you see right here, the red cloud kind of, and is turning green, so that's some positive sign. And you have this no volume area. That's the one that you actually want to look at. This volume area is the one that you can get rejected at. But if it goes above this level, you might have a nice spike up to this high volume area right there. So depending how you want to take this trade, this approach, see on a retest of this, that would be my trade. On a retest, kind of a risky trade, but a 3R if it goes good. If it goes up, retest, you buy on the way up right there. Buy right here. Okay, for a confirmation, because you need some confirmation. It's risky to buy on a bounce, right? Because then it can just go low. So you need to buy on that little confirmation when the trend is going up. Okay. Anyone wants another coin? Uh, second button, okay, green. Theta is just pump and dump. Amazing. Change pump R2. Okay, hinge, pump and dump, pump and dump. Very crazy, very crazy. XLM. This is a coin I want to buy, and then just damn it. Oh, there is spike up. Fuck's sake. Yeah, man. BTC just scares me a bit, but you know, I was looking at this support. I was looking at this support on XLM. I can even trace with the rates, pretty precise support right there. I was just waiting to touch that level to buy it. It didn't quite touch it, and it's going up again. The problem is this coin has been going up so much and then dropping so much that I don't really trust diagonal resistances, support that much, because this coin did this thing over and over again. You know, he bounced, and then he broke it, right? He broke this this support. Then he did again. We have another one here. So he did, and then you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it. It's a bullish, it's a symmetrical triangle, right? Because if you make this big chart, right, it's a symmetrical triangle, right? You say, oh, it's touching the bottom, maybe not, and then it goes down, it fails, and it goes back up again, and then let's see, and then, you know, I thought it was gonna do the same. I thought it was gonna break there, as it did here. So that's the reason why I got scared a bit. I didn't place my buy there. And from the big chart, from the weekly chart, let's see what happened here. There is some retest. If I just connected the candles. And as a retest of that line. So consider this, that could have been a good buy, but I was just focusing on BTC again. On 3-day chart, we have a nice candle pattern. And I mean, this is probably the next coin that is gonna get listed on Binance. So, you know, the rumors they're been going around for BAT, for ZEC, for all the other coins, DRX, they were truth. So, I'm thinking XLM, it's the next one probably. So it might be worth to buy some soon. This is a 3-day chart. Let's see what happened here. So 61% retracement of first wave, and then he did 70, almost 88. That was not good. A 70-70 kind of hold in the candle closed. The Elliott wave, not considering the wick, still be valid. And for an extension, 161, the first wave did 161, and maybe the second, the final wave might do not the same, but a little bit less, maybe 100%. So right here, well, almost where I was. Let's see, it will match with this high. there. So XLM, you know, that's a good coin. You have to put a very long stop loss in this case. Not even long. It's just below this downtrend and the low here. So a 90% to make 2R. So 2.5R. I mean, it's a cool trade. Okay. Hey, DRX XLM Subtum Poly, one coin. no, not too many. DRX, it's a coin that we traded in the premium channel. Where did I chart it on Binance? It hit our first take profit here. Oh, actually, ooh, we got pretty lucky there. I mean, not lucky because we raised to. So we bought it here. We bought it here. It reached our first take profit here, and we made what? 2.5R. Then we raised our stop loss to entry. We took some profit out, our initial investment as some profit, and then we raised our stop loss to entry. We did. I mean, we didn't get stopped out. Let me see my bot. No, we didn't get stopped out yet. So we got pretty lucky here with this big dump, and coins is now going back up again. Hopefully, it goes for our next target, which are this and this. I'm gonna just move my alert here to see if this coin keeps going up. Going up, okay. What else? XLM I did, Qtum, that, Sub is low. QKC I like it because that's another coin we try to trade during the bullish run. And we traded from here. I mean, that was suggested and it went crazy up. Has done an Elliott wave that had another leg up, so that was not what I was expecting here. I thought this this symmetrical triangle would have dropped from here, but it went even higher. It did a double bottom and it dropped. Let's check the big chart and see where it dropped on exactly this order block here. Support. This support here, this red candle that you see here, that's our demand zone. That's the red candle where the people bought into it. Okay, that's the idea of ICT trading. And the support hold, so as soon as the trend reached there, boom, we have a very good candle. Actually, this is a great pattern. We have a big downtrend, a double spinning top, and a possible pump from here. Let's see what Fibonacci is there. Is that so? It's a 50% Fibonacci on the second Elliott. This one hit on 61%, so this one hit on 50%. That's good. And then what I do, I either trace another one to consider the all bullish run, and that's 50% too. Oh, actually exactly on 50%. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, 50%, right on. So yeah, this looks bullish too. Indicators still a bit high, but that's the 4-hour chart. If I switch to 4-hour, everything start to look great. 1-hour chart, 1-hour chart is looking great. So, well, that's another coin that might keep going up. Again, watch out for BTC. Look for an entry in the 1 hour chart. But you know, so far I would say, again, you can decide here if you want to go below this order block and do your stop loss. There is you know, 12%. You make a 2R, or you can go very close to the low here. If you think it's gonna go bullish, it's not gonna come back, and you make a 3.3R in this case. And then, you know, for the big picture, if you're expecting, of course, the final wave, let's go with Ekinashi. Ekinashi tells us better what the waves are, and you know, we might be looking at, let's see the first wave, what it did. It did 161. So probably 261 of the first wave might be enough to find. Let's see if there is confluence here. Yeah, a perfect confluence right there. Right there, 261 and 100. So if this turns bullish, that's where we're going. So in the big long term or mid term, we might make a 7.44 with this chart if BTC doesn't fuck up. Okay. Quark chain indicators pretty low. Look at the 4-hour chart. That's a pretty good one. And of course, you know, we won't go straight up. We'll go with probably 3 waves right there, you know, something like that. And then we'll make what? Our major Elliott wave pattern. Okay. Boom. Okay. Well, Neo. Oh no, Neo. I don't want to look at Neo. Why are you making Neo? Elliott wave still valid after disturbing double top. Well, yeah, as I said, this Elliott here is a bit fucked, but I mean, I counted from here, but I could have just moved this little bit. Sorry, this like here. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then maybe my ABC was like this 1, 2, 3, right there, and maybe my Elliott wave, my main Elliott wave was this one right there. So in this case, this still might work. And the double top that you're seeing, it's already like developed, and it reached here on this order block. And you know, if this pumps from here, if it bounces on this order block, that's the scenario. Of course, again, you have to see if this support holds. And we have even more dumps here. Sometimes, you know, there's triangles that form there, falling wedges. A correction can be all over, can be of different shape when we see for ABC correction at those levels here, right? This can be a triangle counting these weeks, right? Something like yeah, now I'm making a mess, but ABCD here, right? 0, A, B, C, D, E, correction, and then boom, another wave. Okay. And Elliott waves, guys, everybody can see different things. I mean, let's make it honest and clear here. I mean, those are hard to figure it out. That's why I don't go inside and counting the other small waves and small. I just see the big picture. If I see a nice wave that can tell me that there might be another one that's I traded. I don't go by, okay, look at this, gonna go there. And this is crypto too. It's not forex or stock market. Uh, the pump and dumps and shit that happens into this market, that's nothing comparable to these other markets. So the pattern can really, give something that it's not in the book of stock market and forex and whatever, right? Called the crypto Vince waves. um, Sometimes you have high spikes in the mic distortion a bit. It happens when you go up with your volume voice. So balance the sensitivity to dB to fix it. Okay, thank you. I will lower a little bit. That's when I yell. Let me lower the volume a bit here. Okay, like that. Maybe this is better. I should not yell. Thank you, Manu. um, the thing I noticed too is some people with the headphones might hear the crack more than people that are on the computer. I don't know why, but I'm trying to figure that out. Everyone hears the crack in my microphone right now, or just few? Can you please say something? Because Emanuele is hearing them. Patrick, Daniel, you guys hear that? So Daniel is asking for GVT. Well, GVT is another one that I try to catch at the bottom. See, some people listen, some people don't. So it's really hard for me to figure out why. Anyways, well, GVT. Let's look at the big chart. Mamma mia, this coin. This coin pumped pretty good, eh? Was not on Bittrex, right? Before. No. This coin is still pretty high, and it's impressive how well it did since August. It did really, really well. Let's check some main waves to see what's gonna do. Cause yeah, at the first thought, it looked like GBT was the bottom, and is not at the bottom at all. So let's trace just two main Fibonacci just to see what has been doing. So a bounce on 88 the first time. That's all I want to know about that. Now let's focus on this little part. So it's now on 70-70, dropping more. Let's switch to candlestick. Indicator weekly. This weekly. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, there was a bullish cross, but this one, for example, this is the coin that did a bullish cross but didn't react at all. This is one of the exemptions. Look at WT cross, how flat it is. I mean, the trend is going sideways, RSI sideways, and just MACD, everything is low. So let's look if there might be some indicators for a spike from here. Volume is being high forever, but is dropping right here in this correction. Oh, I follow too many strategies sometimes, and I have everything. I really check everything for most coins. So sometimes for a single coin, I gotta take lots of indicators at the same time, which might make my study better, but my study more confusing too, because some sometimes you have to decide, because not every single indicator can be bullish. There are gonna be those two indicators that might tell you, oh, look at this shit, might drop, while all the other indicators are bullish. So it can be really tough. So sometimes I go quick and I just see what I see right away. I see a nice drop there, a week there went below 78 and react pretty good. So this tells me that here there was no volume traded. And probably there was some order block around this area, and I support on daily. This bearish cross is not the greatest one. It's a bearish cross. It's a bearish cross. Oh, wait. Oh. So this is bearish. This is actually bullish cross. Yeah, but the trend is below it. It's not a great it's not a great cross. Why? Because I can show you that on Ripple. um, so, well, you guys can see here the bullish cross, right? The bullish cross happened when the trend was very high. Bullish cross. You might think, oh, that's good. But, of course, this is a very delaying indicator. It delays a lot, lagging indicator. So the cross happened after the price reached this high. These two, this bullish cross is happening because we had a spike here, but at least now we could hope for more increase at this level, right? It's still bullish. It's doing a correction right now, and it might keep going up from there. Okay, it's not a massive increase like this one. Actually, this is Ripple, just to see what it was doing. I trade something. Yeah, what I traced it here, I traced these my blue and black lines were my prediction when we reached this level. Then there was lots of FOMO, and Ripple reaches there, and then it start to dump. And it start to dump following the prediction that I traced here, but of course a little bit higher than I predicted, right? You guys can see my prediction right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and that's what it did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and now it's going down again. Probably for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to reach this level, I hope. So Ripple is a short for me at this level. But remember, it might go up here, and so it's pretty tricky. You gotta figure it out what you wanna do. Don't just short right now, because this trend can reach again up to here. Anyways, going back to where we were charting GVT. We have a bearish cross here on the 4-hour. Bullish cross on the daily, but again, I don't like it, the daily checking for those bullish moves when they're like that, because the trend is below. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen here. By looking at just that indicator, it's not gonna help me too much. We have a bearish crosses here on the 12 hours. You guys see this is a bullish, the trend went up, and then we have a bearish, and the trend, of course, already did its thing. So let's check other indicator. I don't like moving averages too much. Let's check for the order block that gave this coin a pretty good bounce there. What was that support? If we can find on the daily chart. Well, we have a many demand zone, but this was a pretty good demand zone. You have this little order block here that can act as the red candle there, and the wick exactly ping went there and bounced back up. But you know, we have a major order block that it's all this one too. Okay. So there's no really other support here rather than this one, but not really a strong support. Let's go check closer 12-hour chart what we got there. Nothing there, nothing. I think it's gonna go down more to find more support. Let's see the pattern that he's making here. So the pattern can be well, we have for sure this resistance here cutting into the wicks, not very precise. And then it either can be symmetrical triangle, but I'm really skipping things here, so it can be a bearish pennant. Bearish pennant here coming from a downtrend. Sometimes I don't like to do this, but sometimes helps. ABCDE correction and more downtrend. Maybe from here that's a buy that you guys can be looking at. Again around 78. If you guys have any candle that tells you it's gonna be rejected, right? Like these two candles right there. This was a bullish engulfing right here, and then the coins went up, and then you know it got rejected again. Rejected because there was this other resistance at this point, right? So yeah, that's my overview on GVT in the bigger time frame. I don't want to go in because you know that's another story. Okay. What else? Vince, for but you said was it but that looks like it go up then. Like W. Yeah, it's the triple bottom formation. Is different than a double bottom. There is a pattern called triple bottom, and it will go up just if it breaks the neckline. If it doesn't break the neckline, it's not gonna go up. So just because you see a triple bottom doesn't mean it's gonna go up. Like every single pattern we trace. If I see an Elliott wave, it does 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't mean it has to go to 5. Can fail. Everything can fail. You have to have confirmations of the candles, and as those resistance and support. I mean, this candle here got rejected here. Doesn't mean he was going to get rejected, right? The candle reached there, then the candle rejecting made the bearish engulfing and start to go down again, right? And then it react goes back up, and you know there's triangle and any other thing that you want to see, but you know. Hey Dachi, hey Joshua. Okay, so this was what? My God, so many coins. GVT. So I trace this one. This is a bearish one. Bearish. If you switch to BTC 5-minute chart, it looks nearly same, I think. So after a touch on the bottom of the bottom channel line, wouldn't we go up here as well then? Let's go check what you mean. BTC, USD, Bitfinex. On 5-minute chart. So first of all, if you're charting 5-minute chart, that automatically becomes a scalp trade. So I'm not looking at 5-minute chart to predict Bitcoin is gonna go to 20K. Let's make it clear. You know, if I'm whatever time frame you chart, it's gonna follow your trading mentality. So if I'm charting a 1-minute chart, I'm not gonna predict, oh, hey, I see an inverse head and shoulder 1-minute chart BTC to 20K. That's not the case. So in 5-minute chart, I'm going to predict probably what I see right now. So it might be a prediction for you know, 542, 53, and that's it. You know, that's where, you know, if the triple bottom works, might reach at this level, right? So in this case, in this chart, we have a double bottom here that it failed for now. So we will see if this neckline breaks the 5-minute chart. I don't really chart 5 minutes too much. But again, remember this order block that is above it, right? It's been testing and it failed the first time. It's retesting and it failed again. We have to see if this order block gets broken up. Yes, for sure. This pattern, there actually could be inverse week-off cycle. I'm not big on week-off, but the idea is there. What is it? Is the first stamp? There is some sideways movement, then it goes up, and then and then, you know, it start to go again, and yeah, accumulation, whatever, accumulation, and then it goes, you know, something like that. But of course, we have to see if this resistance is broken. That's a pretty good resistance so far. Look how many times it's testing, right? So we have to be careful. And I go in the bigger time frame. You can see here is the resistance, right? So the resistance didn't hold at all here. It just dropped right down. So now it's actually retesting the broken support, and it might drop. Okay. But you know, things can change because the market is fucked. So let's check the bigger time frame to see what candles are doing. I know we look at this already. They're getting rejected, right? So we'll see. Okay. It's doing good since a couple of hours ago. Nebulas. Oh, Nebulas. I forgot about that coin. Well, just another you know, another all-time low coin, accumulation, pumping. I mean, this doesn't have I mean, it couldn't be a great coin. It can go 100% now. It just looks similar to every other coin. You know, volume is big here. If you check the chart, probably is gonna have the same things that I see on the all other coins. Bullish on the daily, so with the bullish cross on MACD, RSI oversold, and the double T cross bullish buy signals. If I go on the 4-hour chart, probably there is a divergence, a bullish divergence. So let's go check 4-hour chart. Here we go, the bullish divergence. Here. Bullish divergence than every fucking coin has. Right there. And those are all how the coins are acting right now. And they come from downtrend. They come from a downtrend. There is this divergence. They go sideways. Indicators reach even oversold area, and then overbought area, sorry, and they keep going up, and they keep going being oversold, and on the overbought. Damn it. And now, yeah, Nebula is looking great. This is about to break the cloud on the 4 hour. 2 hours probably already broke. Lots of pump and dump too. Pump, dump. It was a big rejection there, right? So watch out. Watch out for the pump and dump on those coins. These things we can see in every single chart that pumped insanely. What was MTL? MTL, he had exact the same scenario. We look at the daily. The daily had a bullish cross, RSI was low, and buy on a double T cross. Then we switched to 4 hour, and we had bullish divergence right here. Bullish divergence on RSI, and then a sideways move. RSI reaching overbought and bum up, and RSI keeping up, and then after it start to go inside again, that's over. So you can sell the coin, right? And then try to buy back when you reach the other levels. Okay, guys. I think that's it. We took it for 2 hours and a half. Hope you guys learned a lot and have some idea of the market. Keep watching a BTC, and if you want to chart altcoins, chart and trade altcoins, make sure you don't hold them too much. Enter, make some intraday trading, and get out. That's the best tip I can give you, because you never know what BTC is gonna do for the moment. And that's it. And if you want to buy some coins that look like I showed you on the daily and kind of gamble, you're welcome to do that. Some coins that are low, they didn't pump yet, and they look very similar, you can do that. And that's it. Oh, TRX. Okay, last one. Let's do the test if TRX looks exactly like all the other coins. So TRX sideways move, been accumulating here. And you can see those indicators again: MACD cross, RSI was sold, and WT cross buy signal. So of course the best entry would have been here. At this case, now it's going up a little bit. If you switch to 4 hours, guess what we got? Same shit. Because BTC, every coin is pretty much following the BTC, right? So we have our bullish div here on the RSI, the coin that goes sideways, reached overbought area, and boom. So these two prove, guys, that RSI is not a selling indicator, it's actually a buying indicator. But when it's very high, it doesn't mean you gotta sell. Actually, coins can go parabolic when where RSI it's high. It's because the FOMO gets in, and when RSI keeps being overbought, people are kind of holding the coin right there. Then when it starts to go down, that's when you sell. Okay. And that's right here, right? That's when you sell. What is he doing? Let's see. Ooh, Well, if a volume starts to pick up here and it didn't, that could be a head and shoulder, but it's not picking up yet. 60% bounce twice. Indicator on the 4 hour telling nothing. 1 hour. 1 hour, just double T cross. Just the fuck is he doing? That's a weird chart. I don't like when he does this pattern that has a spike and this spike goes out. It's not even an Elliott. Like, um, well, Ikimoku had a support there. He's kind of supporting the trend at this moment. What else? Hey, thank you, Patrick. Buy order 320, you said. 320. 320. Oh, around here. Well, yeah, if it drops, yeah, if it drops more than that, I guess that's the only support you got here in this chart. Um, um, hmm. It could even drop more. But it's a mix between the price action. It looks like it might drop, but indicators might actually telling me that it is going down. So it's very confusing coin. This is the support that I will look at, and this is the one, probably the one that you look at. But look at the Ikimoku cloud, it's pretty flat on top, so it's telling me there is a pretty good support in the 70-70 too. Yeah, yeah, 320 would be good because there is no volume there. So we have to see how this goes. If it drops more, actually here even here there is no volume, man. So that's why it's bouncing on 61. We have a big massive void here. So I mean, if it bounces again there, that's your buy. If it doesn't bounce there, it's gonna drop right down to 320, 310. The problem is it gonna go up from here, and that's pretty tricky. Um, it bounced on M20 of the Bollinger Bands, and hmm, that's a hard chart. It's a hard chart. I don't know. I won't trade. I won't trade it, to be honest. I just don't know what it's gonna do for the chart I'm seeing right now. Might just touch here again and drop. Um, yeah, I won't buy for sure now. On a FOMO. Just because he drop here, this kind of channel, whatever that was, might go up and then I don't know. I don't know about this one. I won't trade. Too many mix of signals. Okay. Look for head and look for the head and shoulder actually. If your volume picks up here, that might be a good one. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for stay with me 2 hours, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye bye. Thank you. Have a nice weekend too, you guys.